Every single person wants a better life, a stronger mind, more success, more discipline, more confidence. But very few people ever reach that level. Not because they lack talent, not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack one simple thing: self-improvement habits. Success is not built in one big moment. It is built in the quiet moments that nobody sees. It is built in the habits you repeat every single day. Think about it. Your life today is a result of what you repeatedly do. If you repeatedly waste time, your life reflects wasted potential. If you repeatedly avoid challenges, your life becomes smaller and smaller. But if you repeatedly push yourself, even when it's uncomfortable, your life begins to expand. This is the power of habits. Habits shape your identity. They shape your mindset. They shape your future. The problem is that most people are addicted to comfort. They want change without sacrifice. They want success without discipline. They want results without building the habits required to create those results. But the truth is brutal. Your future is hiding inside your daily routine. Every morning when you wake up, you face a silent battle. A battle between comfort and growth. One voice tells you to stay in bed, to scroll on your phone, to delay your goals, to say, "I'll start tomorrow." The other voice tells you to get up, to move, to work, to improve. The direction of your life depends on which voice you listen to. Self-improvement begins with awareness. Most people go through life on autopilot. They repeat the same patterns every day without questioning them. They wake up, check their phones, waste hours on distractions, complain about the situation, and then wonder why nothing changes. But people who transform their lives do something different. They observe themselves. They ask hard questions. They ask, what habits are controlling my life? What behaviors are holding me back? What routines are destroying my focus? And once they identify those habits, they start replacing them. Because self-improvement is not about becoming a completely different person overnight. It is about becoming 1% better every single day. Just 1%. That may sound small. It may even sound insignificant. But small improvements repeated every day create massive change over time. Imagine improving your mindset a little every day. Imagine becoming slightly more disciplined every day. Imagine gaining a little more focus every day. Over weeks, months, and years, those tiny improvements compound into something powerful. But there's a catch. Self-improvement habits are uncomfortable. Waking up earlier is uncomfortable. Exercising when you're tired is uncomfortable. Reading when your mind wants entertainment is uncomfortable. Working on your goals while others relax is uncomfortable. And that is exactly why these habits are so powerful. Because most people run away from discomfort. The moment something feels difficult, they quit. The moment something requires effort, they look for an easier option. But growth only exists on the other side of discomfort. Think about the strongest people you know, the most disciplined, the most focused, the most successful. Do you think they became that way by accident? No, they built habits that most people are too weak to maintain. They trained their minds to embrace discomfort. They developed routines that push them forward even on days when motivation disappears. And that is another truth most people misunderstand. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel motivated. Some days you feel unstoppable. Some days your energy is high and your focus is sharp. But other days, you feel tired, distracted, lazy, unfocused. If your success depends on motivation, you will fail. Habits remove the need for motivation. When something becomes a habit, you don't debate it. You don't negotiate with it. You simply do it. You brush your teeth without needing motivation. You eat without needing motivation. You check your phone without needing motivation. Now imagine if improvement habits reach that same level. Imagine if exercising became automatic. Imagine if learning every day became automatic. Imagine if working on your goals became automatic. Your life would transform. And that transformation does not require perfection. It requires consistency. Most people fail because they aim for extreme change. They try to completely redesign their life overnight. They create impossible routines. They demand perfect discipline from themselves. And when they miss one day, they feel like they failed. So they quit. But self-improvement does not demand perfection. It demands persistence. One missed day does not destroy progress. One bad week does not erase growth. What matters is returning to the habit again and again and again. The people who win in life are not the people who never fail. They are the people who refuse to stop. They fall down. They struggle. They lose momentum. But they get back up and continue building their habits. Because deep down they understand something powerful. Your habits are the architecture of your future. Every action you repeat is laying bricks for the life you will live tomorrow. If your habits are weak, your future will be weak. If your habits are strong, your future becomes powerful. This is why self-improvement is not just a temporary phase. It is a lifestyle. It is a commitment to becoming better even when nobody is watching. It is a decision to train your mind, sharpen your discipline, and strengthen your character every single day. And the beautiful part is this. You do not need permission to begin. You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need someone else to push you. Your mind is the most powerful weapon you possess. It can build your life, or it can destroy your potential. And the difference between those two outcomes is determined by one thing: the habits you allow to exist inside your mind. Most people spend their entire lives trying to control the outside world. They want better opportunities, better circumstances, better luck. But they ignore the one thing that truly shapes their future: their mindset. Self-improvement habits begin in the mind long before they appear in your actions. Think about how many times your mind has stopped you from doing something you knew you should do. You plan to wake up early, but your mind convinced you to sleep longer. You plan to work on your goals, but your mind whispered that you could do it tomorrow. You plan to improve yourself, but distractions pulled you away. Your mind can either become your greatest ally or your worst enemy. And if you want to build powerful self-improvement habits, you must first train your mind to stop working against you. This begins with awareness of your thoughts. Every day, your mind produces thousands of thoughts. Some are positive, some are negative, some are useful, many are completely useless. But most people never stop to observe what is happening inside their minds. They simply react to every thought automatically. If your mind says you are tired, you stop working. If your mind says something is difficult, you avoid it. If your mind says you are not good enough, you believe it. But disciplined individuals do something different. They question their thoughts. They understand that not every thought deserves attention. Not every thought deserves belief. In fact, many thoughts are simply excuses disguised as logic. Your mind will constantly search for comfort. It will try to protect you from effort, challenge, and pressure. That is why building self-improvement habits feels like a battle at the beginning, because you are fighting against years of mental conditioning. But the good news is this: your mind can be trained just like a muscle. The more you challenge it, the stronger it becomes. One of the most powerful self-improvement habits you can develop is mental discipline. This means doing what needs to be done even when your mind tries to resist it. It means working when you feel lazy. It means learning when you feel distracted. It means pushing forward when your mind tells you to stop. Every time you overcome that resistance, you become mentally stronger, and something amazing begins to happen. Your mind slowly stops resisting growth. Instead of constantly looking for comfort, it begins to expect effort. Instead of avoiding challenges, it begins to welcome them. This is when self-improvement habits start becoming part of your identity. But another critical habit that separates successful people from everyone else is how they use their time. Time is the only resource that every human on this planet shares equally. Rich or poor, talented or untalented, disciplined or lazy, everyone receives the same 24 hours each day. Yet some people build extraordinary lives with that time, while others waste it without realizing it. The difference lies in daily habits. Look at the average person's routine. Hours disappear into social media, endless scrolling, meaningless entertainment, and distractions that provide temporary pleasure but no long-term value. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into years. And eventually they look back and wonder where their time went. But people committed to self-improvement protect their time differently. They treat time like a valuable investment. Instead of asking, what is the easiest thing to do right now? They ask, what action will move my life forward? They read, they learn, they build skills, they work on their goals, and most importantly, they repeat those actions consistently, because consistency is the engine that powers all habits. Anyone can work hard for one day. Anyone can feel motivated for 1 week, but very few people can stay consistent for months and years. That is why consistency is so rare and so powerful. When you repeat positive habits long enough, something incredible happens. Progress becomes inevitable. At first, the results are invisible. You may not see immediate changes. Your effort might feel unnoticed. Your growth may seem slow. But beneath the surface, transformation is taking place. Your discipline is strengthening. Your focus is improving. Your character is evolving. And eventually, the results begin to appear. But there is one more powerful habit that determines whether a person continues improving or eventually gives up. It is the habit of embracing struggle. Because the road of self-improvement is not smooth. It is filled with setbacks, doubts, failures, and moments where quitting feels easier than continuing. And the people who rise above everyone else are the ones who learn how to keep moving forward through those moments. They do not see struggle as a sign to stop. They see it as proof that they are growing. Struggle is the hidden teacher behind every great transformation. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid it, running from difficulty, searching for easier paths. But the truth is that every meaningful change in life is built through struggle. When you begin the journey of self-improvement, you will face resistance from every direction. Your old habits will try to pull you back. Your environment may not support your growth. Even your own mind will question whether the effort is worth it. This is the moment where most people give up. They mistake difficulty for failure. They think that if the process feels hard, something must be wrong. But the reality is the opposite. Difficulty is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen your character. Every time you continue working when you feel tired, you increase your mental endurance. Every time you refuse to quit, you separate yourself from the majority of people who stop too soon. Self-improvement habits are not meant to be easy. They are meant to shape you. Think about a piece of metal being forged into a sword. It must go through fire. It must be hammered again and again. Only through pressure does it become strong enough to serve its purpose. Your life works the same way. Pressure builds strength. Struggle builds resilience. Challenges build the person you are becoming. Another powerful habit that successful people develop is responsibility. They take full ownership of their lives. Most people blame external factors for their situation. They blame their past, their environment, their lack of resources, or the actions of others. While these factors can influence life, they do not control your future. The moment you accept responsibility for your growth, everything begins to change. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you. Instead, you start taking action. Self-improvement habits are built on personal responsibility. When you commit to improving your life, you understand that your progress depends on the actions you take every day. No one can build discipline for you. No one can build focus for you. No one can create your future for you. That responsibility belongs entirely to you. And while that truth may feel heavy, it is also incredibly empowering, because it means you are not trapped by your past. You are not limited by your current situation. You are not defined by your previous mistakes. Every day gives you a new opportunity to improve, a new opportunity to build stronger habits, a new opportunity to move closer to the life you want. But there's another habit that plays a crucial role in long-term self-improvement, and that is a habit of patience. In a world where everything happens instantly, people expect success to happen instantly too. They want results immediately. They want their hard work to pay off quickly. When progress takes time, they lose motivation. But real growth does not happen overnight. Strong habits require repetition. Discipline requires practice. Mastery requires time. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not always the most talented. Often they are simply the most patient. They trust the process. They keep showing up. They continue working even when the rewards are not visible yet. They understand that small actions repeated every day eventually create massive results. And that is the secret most people overlook. Self-improvement is not about dramatic changes. It is about daily commitment. A commitment to become stronger. A commitment to become wiser. A commitment to become better than you were yesterday. And if you continue honoring that commitment long enough, something powerful begins to happen. The person you once struggled to become slowly becomes the person you are. The most powerful transformation in life happens quietly. It doesn't happen in a single dramatic moment. It happens through the small decisions you make every single day. Self-improvement habits may seem simple, but their impact is extraordinary. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you are shaping your future. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you are building a stronger version of yourself. Most people wait for the right time to change their lives. They believe they will start improving when they feel more motivated, when their schedule becomes easier, or when their circumstances become perfect. But the truth is, the right time never arrives. Life will always be busy. Challenges will always exist. There will always be reasons to delay action. The people who transform their lives are the ones who stop waiting. They start where they are. They begin with small habits, small improvements, small daily victories. And those small victories slowly build confidence, discipline, and momentum. Momentum is powerful. Once positive habits become part of your routine, improvement no longer feels forced. It becomes natural. You begin to think differently. You begin to act differently. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Your mindset becomes stronger. You stop doubting yourself so easily. You stop fearing challenges the way you once did. Instead of avoiding hard things, you begin to pursue them because you understand that growth lives on the other side of effort. But perhaps the most important truth about self-improvement is this: it never truly ends. There's always another level of discipline to reach, another skill to learn, another mindset to develop. The journey of improving yourself is a lifelong path, and that is what makes it powerful. Because every day gives you the opportunity to become stronger than the person you were yesterday. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to be committed. Committed to learning. Committed to discipline. Committed to growth. If you continue building powerful habits, day after day, month after month, year after year, something incredible will happen. One day you will look back and realize that the person you used to be is gone. In their place stands someone stronger, wiser, and more disciplined, someone who refused to settle for an average life. And it all began with one simple decision: the decision to improve yourself.